Welcome to John Barnwell's handcrafted knife channel. Let's go over here and check out some materials I wanted to show y'all. So I thought I'd bring y'all on board here to my channel and show you just some different types of metals and handle material that we're using. Right now we've got some, we're actually using some red marbled carbon fiber. I know that doesn't look red, but once you buff it out, it turns bright red. It's not that pinkish color. Made in the USA. This comes from Jantz Knife Supply. Thank y'all so much. This as well, this is some made in USA. This is actually some burlap micarta that we use. Here's some G10, also made in USA, pocket knife handles. And here's some black marbled carbon fiber. I've also got a lot of exotic woods and metals I want to show you. Here's some ambrosia maple, different colors, and these are book matched. I actually got these from Brian and Brad over at Alabama Damascus. They sent these to me. I don't think they advertise that a lot, but they did have some handle material a while back. It's all been stabilized. Here's some sycamore, leopard wood. That's actually lace wood with a tight pattern. But they're all book matched. This is burl, Thua burl. I don't know how you really pronounce that, but it makes beautiful knife handles. Again, they're all book matched. Ambrosia. Now this is Carillion birch that I bought, and it is just absolutely. It was just a thick piece, and I sliced it down. I've already made a couple of knives out of it, but look at that. It only grows on the border of Finland and Russia. We've got one glued up right now with the red marbled carbon fiber. That is a Christmas present ordered by one of my relatives. Actually, got to keep that a secret. Here's some Alabama Damascus that Brad Weiss made himself. I know that because I got this piece personally from him. Look at that beautiful pattern. We got this at a festival down in Pigeon Forge. Just a beautiful piece, and I've made several out of it. This is more ladder pattern Damascus, which is what we're using on the knife we're making right now. I'll show you some profiling here shortly that we're doing on it. Some more ladder pattern. All my Damascus here come from Alabama Damascus. Not sponsored by anybody, but I usually get my stuff, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I've never got Damascus anywhere else other than there. The only Damascus that I have that I didn't get from is a piece that I made right here, and that's all handmade. And that was I've got about 8 hours of hammering in that piece and twisting. So yeah, it was tough to make. I don't have all the machinery and stuff. I just wanted to see if I could make a piece. Here's the other half of that. I'm gonna beat on it one of these days and mash it out and probably twist it, but not as many times as this. This is the same piece as this. I just cut it in half, and it's made from this, which is called 1084 high carbon stock, and this is 15N20, which is got nickel in it, and that's where you get that contrast in there whenever the metals are mashed together. And here's some what's called buckshot pattern, they call it. Man, look how tight that pattern is. Beautiful stuff that I got from Alabama Damascus recently. Now this is some new stuff I've been working with. I've got a knife in my pocket that I carry. This is actually CPM 154. This is crucible metal. And I think I've showed this knife before. This is one that I made with that type of metal, and it's just a beautiful stainless steel. Let me get some light over here, see if that helps us any. Beautiful stainless steel piece, and I kind of messed this knife up. There's a reason I carry it. It doesn't have the snap that I like. But it's a good sharp knife, and it really holds its edge. I'll cut myself open it, so I just carry that one because I didn't want to put it out there for sale because I just don't like the way it snaps. It's not tight enough for me. But anyway, it turned out nice. So here I use files sometimes. There's a big rasp file, and I've actually got a cleaver like this one I've got drawn out that I've made in the past. Here's some more giraffe bone I plan on using here. I think I'm gonna make me a personal knife out of that. It's just a beautiful piece. But just wanted to show you all around some different materials that I've got, and video's about almost 5 minutes long, so I'll shut up and talk to y'all later. Shields up, Captain. Just thought I'd bring you all along for another profiling episode here. This is a knife I started a couple of days ago, and just wanted y'all to see the effects of a brand new 36 grit ceramic belt that I'm using. Look how it chews into that steel with no problem. I mean, it just eats it up, and it gets warm when you're doing that. It can get hot. You don't want it to get too hot, where you take the temper out of the metal, but soften it. But as you can see, I'm dipping it in the water every now and then and keeping it cool. But I've basically got a magic marker lines on there where I've traced the pattern out, pattern that I've used quite often. Here you see we're going around the bottom of the tang, and of course I'll go down in grits, a little finer grit each time we go. I'll probably go down to a 120 when I'm profiling, and then ultimately when we start grinding the bevels on, I'll use a 60 grit. If it's a bigger blade, a fixed blade, I'll start out with a 36 grit like this to grind my bevels in, and then go through the grits all the way up to 600. But just profiling, I'll usually use either a worn out 36, but I didn't have a worn out one this time. This one was brand new, so you can see how it chews through there with no problem. Right here I'm cutting the back square in, or the run up, and you've seen my die filer the other day. I use the die filer to actually fine tune that spot where I just grinded that out, so the die filer will get in there tighter. And of course we have to go back and forth while we got it on the rise and fall gauge to get it adjusted right to where the spring is in smooth position in all three position: closed, half stop, and open. I think one or two passes right there, you can see I'm going towards the sharpening choil. That's that V on the left side where my left thumb is there. I'll file that in by hand with a little triangular file later. I think I'm going to start on the spring now. I bring it up. You can see I've got it drawn out lightly there. And this, the spring is hardened, good high carbon metal. I cut it out of a big saw blade that I bought this year, 2024, at the 127 yard sale. I actually found a few of them. I bought a couple of them. They just work really good for back springs. They're already tempered just right, so as long as you don't overheat them, the temper's just right in them. They make great back springs. So I bought two big sawmill saw blades there for that. So you see how easily it chews through there, even with this hardened, tempered steel. So I'll get the profiling done here, and we'll move on to another step in another video. But anyway,